Good morning. It's day 2 and it is 4:30 a.m. This is how bright it is. I woke up because I did not close this blind and I'm sorry that the windows are dirty. Yeah, I basically couldn't sleep past the lights, so let's check out the weather. Oh my god. You can see the moon, you can see the crescent. Do you see it? It is quite chilly. It feels like there's frost. I don't know if you can see it on the grass, but it's kind of, you see it's kind of white? Yeah, it's not because it hasn't gotten green yet. It's very green. There's frost on the grass. So this is the view out of my window. Hey neighbors. Good morning. I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, but I decided to show you this beautiful sunrise because it woke me up and it's so beautiful. I believe it can be so bright at 4:30. So yeah, I should just get dressed and go walk around the city. Let's do that. Found some of my high school clothes. So here we go. We're gonna walk around like this. I'm talking quietly because parents are still asleep. It is 5 a.m. now. Washed my face and all, and the changes in the sun and the view. And I checked what temperature it is. Take a guess, right in the comments. Just take a guess. It is the 3rd of May. And you ready? You ready for this? So right now, it's 30 Fahrenheit. It feels like 27, says the weather. And it's gonna get up to 55. How about that? Yeah. So in Russia we have a summer coat, a winter coat, a fall coat, and a spring coat. No jokes, we just have a summer and the winter coat. Like duffel coat, like a warm ass coat. Yeah. Let's go walk around the city. This is my winter Russian coat. As you can see, the sun already came up. It's way too bright. But I brought some sunglasses. It's so green. It doesn't make sense at all for how cold it is. Because you see how green it is? Like if you didn't see me in a coat, because there's no more people, and you can see like the lilac blooming right over there, and the chestnuts blooming. These flowers are blooming, like, you would have thought it's, what, 25 C? Which is, what, 75 Fahrenheit? Would have never guessed. People have learned how to do plastic recycling. It's kind of, sort of, throw boxes away. That is not very complicated, but in terms of having the non-contaminated recycling, the green containers, long way to go. Nobody gives a shit, there's not enough incentive. And I don't think there's education on it. We'll see. I'll watch TV here and I'll let you know if there's anything, or I'll see what they put in the mailbox and see if there's any info, because like in the US, depending on where you live, the recycling rules are different, right? So I'm gonna get plastic, glass, no cardboard where I live. Get aluminum cans, and maybe something else, recycling. Here, it looks like they get plastic and paper and cardboard, maybe, or maybe people think cardboard is paper, which is not necessarily true. This is a super old house of the composer Rostropovich. I wish this was a museum. Maybe they'll make it a museum one day. Right now it's just a house that is kind of slowly disintegrating, but at least they have preserved the facade. And the road next to his house is stereotypical of Russian roads. What time is it now? It is 5:24 a.m. This is the central street, and looks like they have just cleaned it. It is the Revolutionary Avenue. This is the house of the officers of the Great Patriotic War. I used to go study dance there. We're gonna go that way next time. I'm gonna go this direction. This house is really gorgeous. It is called the Gingerbread House because it looks like a gingerbread house. And then this new Marriott hotel came. I'm sure the Belgians built it. And given the sanctions now, I'm really curious what stayed, what's left. That is the fitness that my dad told me to go because the shit has name fitness in the name. Super highly doubt I will. This is the Telegraph building, or the building from which you could send a telegram or call somebody before there were phones. And right now we've got banks, the National Bank, some kind of a phone company, and I honestly don't know. I went to this building once throughout my whole life. I have no idea what the fuck is there. Oh, also I have a quest for you throughout my blogging time in Russia. I would like for you to write what you think is the name of a car it's not the brand that you know wherever you live. It's probably a Chinese car, and I would like for you to guess the brand. Maybe Google it, maybe pause the video and like zoom in on the thing and Google the brand. Friends have been saying I will be very shocked how many unrecognizable car brands there are these days. This is beautiful. It's so clean. Man, I miss it. I've been here 3 years ago. The only thing I don't miss is they cut all the trees down. There was so much greenery and so much shade now. Well, today, but in the month it's going to be warmer. Or like it was 75 Celsius maybe a week ago. But my mom says the stereotype is when the oak trees bloom, it gets cooler again. So the oak trees bloomed, it got cooler again. We don't need all this shade now, but gosh, we will need it during the summer. Coffee shop. We're gonna go into the coffee shop and get some Bumble. If you guys think it's a dating app, you are highly mistaken. Bumble is like the best coffee type ever. No, it's closed. What the fuck? It opens at 7? When the fuck do you guys get to work? 7 through 24. For the Europeans who don't understand, or the Americans who are like, 7 through 24 is all hours? No, it's not all hours. 7 through 24 means it's open until midnight. We use military time here, and not because Russians like military, but because most Europeans use that time. We can say, let's meet at 16 o'clock, or we can say, let's meet at 4. People say that shit interchangeably, okay? Some kind of hookah lounge, spa, and sava karaoke, which means owl. I'd sing some karaoke, sure. I think that's another cafe. Atelier is tailoring. Yeah, by the way, we need to get tailoring more on the system in the US because I like to tailor my clothes. Everybody, like most of my clients, think that they just look ugly or that they suck because the clothes they buy don't fit them exactly, and they don't tailor them. In Russia, we tailor our shit, and it's cheap, and it's wonderful. Or if you need like new buttons or replace a zipper, we don't buy something new. We just tailor that shit. So yeah. This is the theater for the children. And people behind me are drinking on the street in robes. I'm wondering where they came out of because she has a very fancy, fresh poured glass of wine. So, oh my god! This is an Italian shop that is the best swimming suits ever. Thank me later. Regardless where you live, they probably deliver. Ooh, cider. Coffee to go. What time do you open? Coffee to go. Buntaro! Take coffee with you. I will if you are open. And there's Audrey Hepburn here for some reason. One more thing I appreciate is in restaurants, they think other details through here because the competition is so huge. This shit opens at 8 a.m. Are you guys insane? Coffee to go starting 8 a.m. in the summer heat. Get some cool. Thanks, bro. But anyways, there's different kinds of cups and different kinds of details added to the interior. And pretty much every restaurant. Otherwise people are gonna be like, oh, like, why is this so not original? People, this is a way to cross the street and catch a cab. Yeah. No, she's not catching a cab. He's just crossing the street in the middle of well, what usually is a lively avenue. Craft beer. Robot beer market. My dad told me about this. He said this is really fun to watch because you don't just have like craft IPAs and shit, but you have this whole system where you pick a beer and it's all automated, that the robot just pours you whatever the beer you want, either to drink there or to go. Moda, lino, russo. Oh, this is linen! Linen shop! Fashion from linen. Flowers. Yes, we have a lot of flower shops because women here like flowers. And women are given flowers for a reason, for no reason, by their coworkers, by their dads, by their loved ones, by the men in their life. Just 'cause. This is the street that I used to cross when I went to school. Oh, so fucking beautiful. And this store right there is called the Iron. So the iron means it's in the shape of an iron, of like an old school iron, and you cannot really see that. But my grandma actually used to have an iron like that. It was kind of this obtuse little round thingy that you used to put on coals, and then on the top it had a handle, so you would just put it on clothes, and then you would schmooze it around after you just parts of wrinkles. So this is called the Iron Univermach, which is a universal store in the shape of an iron. I will mention this building a ton if we do more walks throughout the city because it's like in the freaking center. It's in the center of everything. Yeah, so right now we're basically repeating my route to school. Down the Revolutionary Avenue, sometimes I would cut through some courtyards and go there. So sure, we might check out my high school today. Why not? And this is a theater that you don't see there. I only have been there once. So much money renovating the poor thing. So this is a new drama theater in the back. Yo, 20 seconds is not enough to cross this busy street. I'm telling you. I don't walk very slowly, but there's not enough. This is another theater that's called the Proletarium in the world, in case you haven't read Marx or Lenin or Engels or any of the other commies. So it has of Lenin on the wall right now, kind of I think as a joke, because nobody in Russia is communist anymore. But a mural, and it got old and like never renovated. Oh, yeah, another funny thing is you enter one of the movie halls through the front and you only exit in the back. This other building that is attached to the movie theater is where the actual movie halls are, and it's one way only, so people don't watch and don't stay multiple movies. Because, you know, Russians like to cheat the system a little bit every once in a while. Or I would say Eastern Europeans like to cheat the system. You know, that's, I guess, what we taught. We're taught that if you don't, at least like a little bit, or like get close to bending the rules kind of, then like everybody else will and everybody else get ahead. So since everybody, it's like, I guess Italians maybe do the same. At least from what I've been told. And from what I've seen a little bit is everybody's kind of sort of like trying to get close to the edge of the rules. Baker Street Language School, and it has Sherlock Holmes. Very creative. Very creative. Pigeons! I do not have any bread for you. I'm sorry. Oh my god, this is a fuckload of pigeons. Sorry for the camera shaking. That is a lot. That's a lot of pigeons. And they're unfazed. Hello. How's it going? Yeah, this is a lot of pigeon shit too. Oh my goodness. Look how many pigeons. This this is where the artists still hang out and sell art on the street. We're gonna come here and check it out one day. So they might feed them out of boredom. New monument. No idea who this is for, but I'm assuming some kid's writer. Probably Marshak. Yeah, Marshak. Okay, great. And this, if you follow the lights in the ground, is a new drama theater, which is excellent. It's called the Camera Drama Theater, and camera means chamber. It's a chamber theater. So that means it's super tiny. And this is my high school. A high school named after the physicist Basov. Clearly it's closed. Even though kids are in school right now, I believe. And I might even try to walk into it whenever it's open. Hi! Not the best years of my life, but some of the great years of my life here, you know? I think the expression best years of my life were spent in blah 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 are kind of overrated. So the funny thing about this building is we have rooms for classes on the first, second, and third floor, and on the fourth floor with this giant ass window. Guess what there was? Right in the comments. 3, 2, 1. The gym! It made no sense. The metal bracing right underneath. I have a feeling they might have added it. I have a feeling there might have been like a roof there and they might have added it. I don't know. But it makes no sense. But right now, thankfully, I see like the wall as if there's a hall and then classrooms behind. I am gonna guess that the gym is not there anymore. I do know that they built a huge gym behind the school, which is very atypical for schools in the middle of the city because they're usually in this P-shaped, letter P, letter pi. And they're tiny. Yeah, our schools are tiny. One classroom is usually 20 to 40 people, usually 30, plus or minus. And this is the headmaster's office, the one with special blinds on the window so nobody breaks in. What was I saying? Yeah, each year is like 100 to 200 kids. So my graduation year was 170 kids. They're like super huge. This is school's courtyard, and this is the pathway to the new gym. We used to just have an open backyard in here. I am not gonna break in, this is closed. Oh, this is funny, you guys should see that. This is super funny. So I think there's supposed to be ADA requirements, right? But the majority of the places they would put this thing kind of just to put it and to say, okay, we built per the ADA requirements. And as you can see, this is all rusted, right? And like super unused, and I doubt anything here works. One of the biggest problems in my city, at least when I lived here 15 years ago, was public bathrooms. There will be public bathrooms. They're always closed. They're always locked. And where do people pee? In the fucking corners of the building. All of the corners would have pee in them. You know, or if you go into an alleyway, you would just have pee on kind of random sides. So yeah, this is a new gym. I might try to go, but I don't really think anybody gives a shit about alumni. Do not have like mascots or anything like that. So yeah. What time is it? Maybe I need to go home. 5:40. I'll walk a little more and then I'll go home, just in case parents are worried. I wrote them a note that I'm gonna go walk around the city and look around before anybody wakes. But I have a feeling that this was the fanciest apartment building ever. So when we were in school, we used to climb over this fence and just kind of hop around the courtyards, and yeah, corners like this would be prime time to climb. And then inside here, actually, there might still be, let's see, there might still be like an old piece of the courtyard. Nope, there's just some old rusty car. Man, that sucks, man. Yeah, I was thinking that some old bars where we used to do pull-ups and just hang around, and monkey bars would have stayed over there, but they They ripped it out, and it's just a courtyard with a transformer booth. Theater. What do we have in theater? The Child. I do not want to sleep. I want to feel the baby in my belly. And of course, everybody's upset. She's crying. He's crying. He says, we'll tolerate, but okay, we will wait. All our lives we used to tolerate, so I guess we'll persevere a little more. Gosh, I do not know how to translate this word. I guess there's a like rich-ish people in the... Как переводится совмещание? Russians watching, can you please write in the comments? Tradesmen? Or tradesmen's kids? I don't know. Not oligarchs, but like rich-ish people like in the 20th century. He says, in our job, there's no happiness. You can't do anything about it. Nothing we need more. Or we don't need anything. Just let there be happiness. Long live the king. Inside me I have a mirror. It reflects everything. I see the world and life that escapes. Ghosts. I have been taught that the debt is above everything. And I used to trust this for way too long. Now you're wondering why all the Russians are depressed as fuck. It's kind of our way of life, I guess. Oh, May and June. Oh, I have seen 2 of those plays. This is wonderful. I'm gonna go see some fucking plays. Man, I love chamber theaters. There probably is good theater in the US, but I don't know. To me, it's always been like a little too modern, a little too weird, and they're trying to send like way too many messages on top of the actual play. And if you don't know the plot, I don't know. I guess I'm a Slav, deep in my heart still. Coffee and soup. Canteen. Everybody used to smoke in this arch that is across my high school. High school, and you walk into, this used to be the sex store. Right now it's some Thai cafe, I guess, but now the arch is still there, and this canteen, I don't remember it ever open, but the sex store has been functioning. And then there was a little shop in here with cigarettes and beer, and kids would run and get some like cheap. I think it's a twist on Jägermeister, but it's not actually Jägermeister. It was called Jager, and it's like kids didn't like beer because it was bitter, right? It's some kind of like an energy drink plus juices, I guess, or artificial flavors, plus the cheapest alcohol you can find. It was relatively low proof, but because it was bubbly and had caffeine, it would fuck you up. I did not drink this. I had money for like wine. So, or like liquors. We would go to little lounges when we were like 14 and drink liquor because we thought that was cool. We thought that's what cool people do. That's what they show in the movies. So kids who couldn't afford, they would get some beer or some Jager and drink it in the little alleyway. Or in the podjest, which I can make another video about podjest because I don't know how to fucking translate it. It's basically the entrance to the section of the house. So if this, okay, let's say this is an old house, right? So on the front side, you do not enter. On the front side, there's always shops. On the first floor, as you can see, there is some kind of office, some kind of shops. This is, we don't know, could be like dentist or whoever. This is some kind of like a dress shop and another dress shop, right? So you enter this house from the back. So there's going to be a courtyard, and this whole long house is going to have different sections. So let's say these apartments enter it from this staircase, these apartments enter from this staircase, etc., etc. So entrance to the staircase is called podjest. And no, you cannot walk horizontally in one floor of the house like you can in like dorms and shit. House, it has the same shit. You can enter only horizontally into like your section, into the, I would say, the vertical slice of house, combined with one staircase and one entrance on the first floor, and usually like one elevator, unless the house is 5 stories and below, which is by old Soviet standards unnecessary to build an elevator for. That is called подъезд. Alright, cool. I have a feeling my hand is getting cold, and I brought some gloves, so my filming hand needs to get, and wish me luck that I'll find some coffee and maybe I will make another video tomorrow. Cool. Well, best of luck to you. Hit a like and subscribe, and ask me politely what else you want for me to film when I'm home with parents. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.